friends. Welcome to day 19 of Module 2, Wit and Wisdom. This is part 1, and you and me and Miss Spears are going to have a lesson on learning more about seahorses. So we have been learning about a certain type of seahorse, but we're going to learn about a different kind called a pygmy seahorse. You're going to learn about one of their qualities and how it is similar to the book that we have been reading this past few lessons, Seahorse, the Shyest Fish in the Sea. So then after you review that with Miss Spears, then you're going to talk a little bit about things that you have learned so far in this module and things that you can do. So things that I know and something that you can do. And you're going to write that down in your notebook, or you can type it in the next slide. There is I've made a chart for you to type in. I'll show it to you real quick. It is right here. So it says, let me make myself smaller. All right, it says, insert a picture on this slide from your Wit and Wisdom notebook telling me what you know and can do as a reader or writer after reading Seahorse, the Shyest Fish in the Sea. Or you can type your response in the chart below, what I know and what I can do. Your instructions are to write down at least one thing that you know from this book and one thing that you can do. Then, when you're done with that, we'll take a quick brain break and move on to part 2. See you soon.
Hello, first graders, and welcome back to Wit and Wisdom in Sync. I'm Tanisha Spears, and I'm excited to jump into our learning. But before we do, let's make sure you have your materials ready. For this lesson, you will need your Wit and Wisdom in Sync journal and a pencil. Pause the video now if you need to gather your materials. In previous work, you worked on your informative paragraphs about seahorses' unique features. And today you will reflect on the knowledge you've built on how seahorses use their unique features. Now, before we jump into that reflection, let's take a moment to review the big question, or the essential question, that is guiding our work for this module. That question is, what can we discover about animals' unique features? One more time. What can we discover about animals' unique features? And you've been discovering new things about lots of different animals. And you wrote about one of a seahorse's unique features for your focusing question task. Our content framing question for today is, how does this text build my knowledge of seahorses' unique features? So specifically, you'll be thinking about how the text, Seahorse, the Shyest Fish in the Sea, has built your knowledge of seahorses' unique features. And you'll spend some time reflecting on all that you've learned about seahorses. But first, you'll watch a brief video about seahorses to learn just a little bit more. Now, there are many different types or species of seahorses. And the type that was featured in the text, Seahorse, the Shyest Fish in the Sea, is called a Barber seahorse. And today we'll be watching part of a video to learn more about another type of seahorse, the pygmy seahorse. As you are watching the video, I want you to listen for information that connects to or is the same as our text. And if you hear something that is the same, you can use the sign symbol for same, which is, okay? So again, you're going to watch the video and you're going to listen for information that connects to or that is the same as our text. And if you hear information that is the same, feel free to use the signal for same. Are you ready? Listen carefully.
This is a pygmy seahorse. It's one of the smallest species of seahorses in the world, smaller than a paperclip. Camouflage is critical to their survival. It's how they hide from predators. The seahorses are too small.
What types of information did you hear that was the same or similar to our text or that connected with our text? Think again. What kind of information did you hear in the video that was the same or similar to our text or that connected with our text? Share with your learning partner. I wonder, did you hear the connection that pygmy seahorses hide in coral? I know I did. Or maybe you heard about how the pygmy seahorses use camouflage to protect themselves from predators. The seahorses we read about in the text did that too. Now, you just learned some things about pygmy seahorses, and next we'll think about what you've learned from reading the seahorse text. Take a look at the knowledge journal on your screen. Remember, on the left-hand side is where you'll write all the new information you've learned. And on the right-hand side, you'll write things that you can do as a reader and a writer. I want you to think now. What did you learn from reading The Seahorse, the shyest fish in the sea? I'll ask it one more time. What did you learn from reading Seahorse, the shyest fish in the sea? Share with your learning partner. I really wish I could hear what you're sharing. Here's a few things I remember us learning together. We've learned that seahorses have many unique features and that seahorses use their tails in lots of ways. Now, let's think about what you learned to do as a reader and a writer. I want you to think. What's something that you can do now after reading this text? I want you to really think about the text features that you've learned about and what you've been working on in your writing. So think, what is something you can do now after reading this text? Share with your learning partner. Here are a few things that I think. I think we've learned about different text features, like an index. And you've also been working on adding details to your informative paragraph. Did you say some of those things? I bet you did. Now what I'd like you to do is record aloud or write at least one thing you know and one thing that you can do from reading the text, Seahorse, the shyest fish in the sea. Think about it first, and then pause the video to record aloud or write, and I'll be here when you're done. All right, awesome first graders, welcome back. And nice job reflecting on how you've built your knowledge by reading Seahorse, the shyest fish in the sea. Next time we'll read a new text, but until then, be kind and do something great because you are capable of greatness.